Neville Goddard, I Know My Father, 1960. This book came out by Neville Goddard. Chapter 1, I Am. My Father is He whom men call God. But I know my Father, and men know not their God. My Father and your Father are one. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. I and my Father are one. One Father made us all to live, move, and have our being in Him, the One. Who then is this one that we have in common? The one and only thing all men have in common is this: all men know that they are. This claim that we are, this awareness, is our Father. I am all that is God, our Father, right there. There is no place that man can go and not know that he is. If I take the wings of the morning and fly to the uttermost parts of the earth, thou art there, I know that I am. If I make my bed in hell, I know that I am. If I should suffer from amnesia and completely forget my human identity, I will still know that I am. It's impossible for man to know that he is not. You can say, I am not that, but you cannot say, I am not. For your very knowing is a declaration that you are. So whether you claim yourself to be or not to be, you are actually claiming that you are. Thus man is ever saying, I am. This knowing that we are, this awareness, is God the Father. The moment this unconditioned awareness becomes conditioned by claiming itself to be this, that, or the other, a differentiation takes place within this formless awareness, and our impersonal Father, our real self, becomes personified as that which we have conceived ourselves to be. So, unconditioned awareness of being right there, then you go out, I go out. We all become different self-concepts of all that is, of God, of I am. We all have a different self-concept. We all are a different being for the one, our Father, our I am. Whether or not you claim to be this self-concept, this self-concept, this self-concept, you still start with, I am hungry. What are you hungry for? I'm hungry to be married. I'm hungry to be in love. You can have that. Then over here he says, I'm in love. I knew I was in love over here because I claimed it. I staked the claim. I declared it. I became it. Here, what are you hungry for? I'm hungry for my marriage and children. We're already in love, so now we want children. I'm hungry for my children. The hunger's a continual drive, but it's I am that you know is where you're from. You are always from I am. You will never not be from I am. You always will be from I am. This impersonal presence that we are may be likened to space, for space, though formless, gives form to all. If the formless space was extracted from the book you are reading, the body you wear, the earth you stand on, all would vanish. Consciousness, though formless, gives form to that which it is conscious of being. Consciousness, though formless, that's consciousness, that's all consciousness, though formless, gives form to that which it is conscious of being. But the moment you withdraw your formless reality or consciousness from your conception of yourself, the form you wear, this conception passes away. A conception remains a formed reality only as long as the invisible reality wears it. Let's break that one down. That's a very interesting. Consciousness, though formless, gives form to that which it is conscious of being. But the moment you withdraw your formless reality or consciousness from your conception of yourself, the form you wear, this conception passes away. You're not married, you're single, not in love, you're not happy, and you want to be happy in love and married. Once you become this and the objectification happens because of your impression, you withdraw your consciousness from this conception. This becomes dead, per se. The moment you withdraw your formless reality or consciousness from your conception of yourself, the form you wear, this conception passes away. This conception passes away because you're here now. A conception remains a formed reality only as long as the invisible reality wears it. Are you wearing that conception? Or have you moved to your new conception, happily married, in love, about to think about a family? My Father is spirit, right there, formless, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. I and my Father are one. My awareness of being is the formless Father who gives form to that which I am aware of being. And in so doing loses its formless, nameless presence in the form and nature of its conception of itself. Remember, your awareness of being is that you, this is awareness of being right here, and this is your concept of being right here. When you first wake up, you're fully lit. You're lit right in there. You're lit. The light that is traveling over the horizon of your mind to instantly fill this gap is first awareness of being right there. You're first aware of I am before you're aware of I am your name. After you become first aware of being, which is here, right when you wake up, I'm talking about milliseconds here. Maybe nanoseconds, maybe picoseconds. This old electrical trade I learned in the military still haunts me. Micro, nano, pico. Is that what it is? Milli, micro, nano, pico. Okay, so it's picoseconds. Let's go there. Let's go the tiniest amount. What is the instant amount of time that it takes for you to go from awareness of being, this place here, to the awareness of your self-concept? It's picosecond. Nano is more commonly milli, micro, nano, pico, right? But it's fast. When you realize after your awareness of being that you're waking up and you're starting to shed the light of your consciousness upon the horizon of this waking reality, which is called it's an awake dream. You're starting to show up to this dream from that dreaming self. You're going to show up to this dreaming self. In this instant flash, that you're bringing your awareness of being layer first, that light is shining from within you, coming from here, awareness of being. Then instantly after that dawn happens, the new dawn of your self-concept comes into being as an overlay. That's this self-concept. Instantly, very, very fast time. Time doesn't even have anything to do with it. Boom, boom. Instantly, you're now shed the light on this whole reality, which you're dwelling in. And what are your challenges here? What are your conceptions of everything around you? What is it you're trying to change from and to? What are your goals? My awareness of being is the formless Father who gives form to that which I am aware of being, and in so doing loses its formless, nameless presence in the form and nature of its conception of itself. This is its conception of itself. I and my Father are one. My Father is greater than I. I am the conception of him. Loses its formless, nameless presence in the form and nature of the conception of itself, which is you. As water loses its identity when mixed with things and yet remains untarnished when it is extracted through distillation, so the awareness, the no thing, loses itself in things, conceptions of itself, and remains its immaculate self through spiritual distillation. He becomes us through spiritual distillation. You are spiritually distilled or extracted from your conception of yourself when you cease to be identified with it. When you move through impression to your subconscious into your new objectified self-concept, you lose interest here, and you should. You should never look back. You are spiritually distilled or extracted from your conception of yourself when you cease to be identified with it. Dump the old business. Let the dead bury the dead. Now that you have found this one to be your Father, the eternal now, I am, do not return to the prodigal state to beg for the crumbs of life. That would be here. You're here, I am, do not return here to beg for the crumbs of life. You are abundant. You know how to wield this skill, this law in your life. All of it is already yours. Literally. Remember your Father, the now, the only reality. Claim yourself now, this moment, to be that which you desire to be, and regardless of what your claim may be, your Father, the awareness that is now, will give it to you by becoming the thing claimed, but you must ask Him in this manner. Be aware of being that for which you ask. No longer look for your Father in time and space. He is not out here. Forget it. For your Father is the awareness that is now. I and my Father are one, but my Father is greater than I. I and my Father are one, but my Father is greater than I. My awareness and that which I am aware of being are one. My awareness and that which I am aware of being are one. But I am greater than that which I am aware of being. Listen to that. Okay, I might have pointed it at it. My awareness and my awareness of that which I am aware of being, which is your self-concept. Okay? It's always coming from within to without. Within becomes without, and now that we are without, my awareness and that which I am aware of being are one. My awareness within me and my awareness of being here are one. But I am greater than that which I am aware of being. Proper order, excuse me. The conceiver will ever be greater than his conception. The conception you are here to become, you are still greater than that conception. Even though you're in this conception making an impression, you're still even greater than the one you're going to become. You're always ever greater than your conception. You are the conceiver. The conceiver will ever be greater than his conception. The Father consciousness is greater than his Son conception of himself. Now your eyes are opened. Your Father, God Almighty, has been revealed to you as your awareness of being. That would be there. And I gave you an example of how to pay attention to where it is. Another way to become in communion with Him is simply go into your closet, shut the door, close off the senses, take some deep breaths. I am. I am. I am. My Father and I are one. I am. Now you are with Him. What do you want to ask? What kind of question would you ask? What is it that I desire that would fulfill me and my life and make me the happiest? That's a nice question. You're with Him. You might as well ask that question. Once you feel something float to the surface, that is your unique desire that fits only you. Only you could ask. Only you could be delivered that answer. Nobody else can get that answer that you asked the question of. And you asked it of Him by simply closing the door to your closet in private, breathing, I am meditation. You're fishing, you're hunting, you're asking, and then you're given the answer. Now you can ride with that desire. Now you could aim your ship in the direction of the port of your choice. Everything must fit this direction. It doesn't come in here unless it's getting you to your port. It doesn't come in here unless it's getting you to your port. Period. What a wonderful chapter. Short, sweet, and potent. All right. I know my Father, chapter 1. I am. We'll see you in the next chapter.